Hi there YouTube, this is the Magnus bringing you another Total War Warhammer 2 online ladder battle, and of course we're bringing the heavy metal of chaos because I love them, so yeah, there's that. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm playing up against the Wood Elves here, and real simple front line. I've got halberds on each end, Chaos Marauders. I got 3 of those, and the Mirror Guard anchoring my center. I also have 2 Dragon Ogres to deal with any cav shenanigans or trees. Sartorial, the Everwatcher, pretty much the guy you want to bring when you're going against missile-heavy factions because he's got the moves. And then I'm overloading his right flank here with 4 Marauder Horsemen and 2 Chaos Warhounds to pursue any shooty guys. So let's take a look at my opponent's build here. His front line is Eternal Guard with shields. He just has 3 of those and 2 of the Dryads. Pretty standard stuff. Glade Riders with spears on both flanks. Brought Glade Guard to shoot me with. And some serious calves. So this is why you got to have those Dragon Ogres. The Lost Sylvan Knights, Regiment of Renown, pretty darn good stuff. And then over here the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, which are quite good too. Lifecaster, pretty standard there. The Sisters of Twilight, you see them a decent bit. And the Glade Captain up in the air here. Don't see that too often, so we'll see how effective that is. So of course his chaos and not having brought any artillery, I'm going to just start advancing right away. I noticed my opponent kind of shifting a little bit this way. I wasn't sure why. Made me a little nervous. But when he saw me bringing over the Marauder spear chucking gentleman I have over here, he wisely moves his flying squad away. So I was going to try to get the Glade Riders with spears. But they retreated back to the safety of his line, and just gonna pause here real quick. I did not pursue them. I didn't know, of course, that he only had the Glade Guard. You never know if there's Way Watchers or something hiding, and I did not want to get caught there. So the skirmish starts over here on the left. He's wisely going to shoot into my skirmishers, and I'm going to pass on that. I don't see any reason to force the issue at this point. Instead, I'm going to bring him over and try to get some shots on the Sisters. He brings up the Wild Hunters of Kurnos right out of the gate, but puts them right into my halberds, which is they weren't braced, so yeah, as you see there on the charge, it really hurts. But then they're going to start giving it back. Dragon Ogres come in as well. Front lines start to meet. Mirror Guard against Eternal Guard. I like the Mirror Guard's chances. Over here, I pulled my Dragon Ogres through the hole in his line, and I'm going to go right after the Glade Guard because, you know, well, they're good, and I want to get rid of them. I also brought over my Warhounds here to poison the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. I really wanted to put it on them. It worked. He brings in the Glade Riders to kind of fill that spot, and I'm going to make him pay for that. Some of my skirmishers getting chased off by Glade Riders with spears. I try to use the Warhounds to, drag them down with some poison, slow them down. Front line fight, for the most part, I'd say is definitely going my way, which, that's pretty common with the way I play Chaos. I want to win those front line fights. In the back here, the Eternal Guard broke off. Sartorial doing his thing. Mirror Guard chasing a little bit, but I will pull them back. You see these Glade Riders just got melded by the missiles. I've been able to put a little damage on the Sisters, and I'm going back to it. Here we're going to see Dragon Ogres against the Lost Sylvan Knights. And I really should have thought about the fact that, these guys, because they're ethereal and, you really need to put magic damage on them. But I didn't really have anything spell-wise to punish them or a good unit for punishing them. So... yeah, Dragon Ogres do not get a good trade. Sartorial's going to fight the Sisters and the Glade Captain over here. Not sure how that's going to go. You're going to see like a lot of his stuff ran. Instead of chasing everything off the field, which maybe I should have, but they were so beat up. Like I felt like I pursued them enough. I'm going to start bringing things back because I want to win as many fights as possible here. The Lost Sylvan Knights are still a thorn in my side. He's got healing following with him. The Wild Hunters have come back with what they have. I don't know what they were shooting at there. I guess the dragon ogres. Back here in the center, Sartorial got pretty beat up, so I'm gonna try to extract myself from that situation. Gonna eat some missile fire. Like I said, he's pretty resistant to that stuff, so I'm okay with that. But the Glade Captain is just not going to give him a break. His Spellsinger Life decides to pursue, so I'm like, okay, we'll just shoot her as much as we can, because that healing, always makes a difference. Wisely pops the Opal Amulet. Sister's running off, so I decided to put some of my skirmish fire on her to try to kill her or, completely rout her. Over here on the left, completely won, and I should have pulled those units back, but he had so much stuff back here, I figured I had some options by the time I realized it was happening. The sisters recover, and that's my fault. I'm not sure, but these guys just didn't seem to want to shoot as much as I need them to, and looks like he got a heal off on her possibly earlier. In the center here, the Wild Hunters of Kurnos are finally finished, but my Dragon Ogres again lose to the Lost Sylvan Knights. That unit is really good, and I need to prepare for it in future builds and future fights. Balance power a little bit in my favor, but as you can see, when you look at what's going on here, there's just stuff everywhere. Escorting the sisters off here, or at least trying to. He's wisely using the Lost Sylvan Knights to kind of clean things up and make sure my Dragon Ogres don't come back. I have some units here that recover, including Dragon Ogres. I put them into the Dryads, and I'm trying to get the Chaos Warhounds in there in time, but they both have a very untimely break, so not great for me. Still pursuing in the back line. In the middle here, these Chaos Marauders, things aren't looking great for them, but the Mirror Guard cleaned up their fight. The sisters have finally completely broken, which is really key for me, I think. Again, Chaos Warhounds reform. Going to be a little hesitant with them, because a lot of times I have a bad habit of sending things back in too soon, and then they just flee again. So what's the point of that? Probably not your best decision. Get some of my skirmish action back there. And I bring this one over. I left one to chase her because I wanted to see if I could get the kill for the penalty. Here, the Mirror Guard are going to be facing the damn Ghost Stags, and of course the Glade Captain. And not a favorable matchup for them, but if anybody can hold and hang out while I try to clean up what he has here, and I'm cleaning up over here, I figure the Mirror Guard are a worthy sacrifice in that situation. His Life Mage working her way back over, good. He's doing some cleanup with Glade Riders, good for him there. Finally finished the Glade Guard, and now trying to get rid of this Eternal Guard with shields. Looks like he gets some Dryads back possibly, and just trying to get everything together. The map, we got so spread out. Here he gets a nice charge right into my Marauder Horseman. I'm going to leave him in there though. I'm hoping I can get this nice fat unit of halberds, barely took any damage, get them in there and try to finish these guys. Also got the Mirror Guard there, so not bad. I've got some skirmishers working on his Spellsinger Life. I let her live far too long, and if you let them get that much healing with this many high-end units, it can make things tough for you. Balance of power now in the favor of my opponent. So it's getting pretty scary. He has, he's got a caster, he's got his Glade Captain, and I have no leadership to be spoken of. Sartorial's dead, but, I've got some pretty serious infantry here, especially this halberd unit. I still got, a couple of volleys on my skirmishers, so I think I still have a good chance here. Drifts back into the middle, so the balance of power changing by the moment. And I'm trying to commit to this fight, but do it in the smartest way I can. So I'm going to try to use every damn javelin that I possibly can. But then, he's going to try to come out and get to me. His Lifesinger gets out again. Like, there's several times in this fight where I try to get the better of her, and I just never do. She's pretty quick. She's got good moves, and he must have some pretty good micro. These Marauder Horsemen are out of out of ammo, so I send them in. They last about, I don't know, what was that, a second? But this is pretty much all he has, along with, you know, these Glade Riders and, you know, some stuff way back here. I'm far more concentrated, and I think, you know, at this point, that's really got to be the difference, right? Like, I've got my guys here. Now I'm finally getting everything in here. Broke the Lost Sylvan Knights. Very powerful. They've gotten a ton of value. We'll see that at the end of the fight. But he's still, you know, being really elusive, moving stuff away. I'm going to send in the Warhounds, poison her up, try to drag her down, send the Marauder Horsemen into the back here. These guys, just leadership issues out the wazoo. Looking pretty bad for me right now. Very much in my opponent's favor. His Cav rally, just things kind of going his way at this moment. But again, still have some heavy infantry, and that's, you know, one of the biggest advantages, the biggest advantage I think that Chaos has is just infantry that can hang in there for days if you use them right. And then boom, Glade Riders break, so that's good. That helps a little bit, but so do my Marauders. A lot of Sylvan Knights, like just 4 models, and they're still just can't get rid of those guys either. Cycling stuff in and out, trying to get some charge action. Of course, want to get these halberds in there. More of my stuff is breaking, but the balance power comes back to the middle, so definitely coming down the wire. But Spellsinger Life is finally, is she finally? Is it going to happen? Maybe? No, a lot of guys running. Down to just my infantry, but the Lost Sylvan Knights finally break. But look at that. Branch rates from all the way across the map. Always worth trying to pull things back in. Spellsinger Life finally running, but not necessarily finished. And now it's all about the Glade Captain, really. Those branch rates are not going to stick around for all this action if I get rid of her. And boom, she is gone. And we pull off a very, very tight victory. So good game to Yucky Boy. Interesting name. So let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Sartorial, good value. Marauders did well. Halberds did well. Mirror Guard, just beast. Look at the damage. Look at the damage value. Just great. Definitely got almost 2 times my value, maybe 1.5 to 2 times on all my horsemen, so that was good. Poison Warhounds did their job. And Dragon Ogres underperformed a little bit, but there's no way I would have won this game without them. Let's see how his stuff did. Sisters did fine. This was my big surprise. Glade Captain. 2,500 value, 10,000 damage. Just savage. The Eternal Guard did not do well. Neither did the Glade Guard. Got on them early. Did okay with the Glade Riders. The Wild Hunters of Kurnos got dumpstered, but the Lost Sylvan Knights, 3,200 in value. So a very close game. Wood Elves are better these days, you know, after the content release, and they're the expansion, and they're fun to play, and I think they're more viable than they were in the past. But you know you can win that infantry fight against them, unless they bring like the tree men and stuff like that. But that, like I said, that's why you bring the heavy hitters. So again, good game to my opponent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.